Has anyone ever said something hurtful or unkind to you online, dude? It is truly terrible when this kind of thing happens, and I know this because I get that a lot. No idea why either. We even have, here in Australia, an unelected official e-Karen and an entire federal government department beneath her to categorise these awful assaults. Trolling is terrible, unequivocally, but it could have a gold lining for you. Because BYD, the demon beheaders themselves, behead your demons, behold your doyen. They're offering rewards of up to a hefty 1 million Australian dollars just to rat out some BYD attacking troll. Present company excluded, obviously. I don't really think they burn driveways or behead dreams or demons or any of that nature. It's just a joke, dude. Like, there's no need for the handcuffs because clearly I'll just come quietly. Full Orwellian details on BYD's rat reward program next. I'm John Cadogan from AutoExpert.com.au. New cars cheap, but Australia only. Website, card. BYD has achieved such a great deal in Australia in no time flat, seemingly. But back at head office overseas, in a sense, according to Car News China, the company has outed itself as a bunch of, mean-spirited, properly litigious, temperamental, thin-skinned, snitch-paying cocks. This is not in the brochure for the Shark 6, I note. They seem a lot nicer than that in the brochure, don't they? If you buy a BYD, you are materially funding part of the company's official rat reward program. They are offering rewards between $10,000 and $1 million Australian, like available now, limited time only, terms and conditions apply, batteries included, obviously. It's just their way of saying thanks. Hell of a side hustle, too, for ordinary punters like us, huh? Like $1 million for ratting out an unkind person, snitching on the local BYD hater. Certainly beats chopping catalytic converters off parked combustion cars, doesn't it? Although that is also somewhat lucrative. This is the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, a punch-packing powerhouse of unwanted body hair elimination. And unlike James Bond's signature martini, this baby is guaranteed to leave me stirred, not shaken. They call this one the white hot version. I've no idea why. It's just another one of life's great mysteries. You get these two awesome skin-safe blade heads, the trimmer blade and the foil blade. The upgraded trimmer blade has longer, wider and rounded teeth that handle even thick hair without pulling, and the foil blade gives you that ultra-smooth, bare skin finish. B-A-R-E, skin, if you don't mind. There's nothing grisly about it, not at all. Swapping the blades, so clever, so satisfying, so impossibly slick. 13 points out of a possible 10 for industrial design. And this essentially means that you get two trimmers trapped in the body of one, meaning you get to choose stubble or smooth, dude. Totally up to you. There's an LED light up front to conquer the dimmest of grooming environments with two colour temperatures, so you won't miss any critical spots. And it's waterproof, so you can trim in the shower at will, where cleanup is effortless. It's got all the Manscaped foundations, a long-lasting rechargeable battery, powerful motor, a travel lock to prevent in-bag activation, USB-C charging, and an LED battery life indicator. I'm a fan of Manscaped because they help me make my personal war on unwanted hair winnable. Easily. It's not even a fair fight anymore. Like, I just swing down out of the trees a couple of times a week and evolved seamlessly to the 21st century. It's awesome. So head off to manscaped.com/autoexpert and use my promo code AutoExpert to get 15% off any order. That's 15% off using promo code AutoExpert at manscaped.com/autoexpert. According to Car News China, BYD is suing 37 influencers for online defamation and has placed a further 125 under, quote, internal monitoring. Whatever the fuck that actually means. It does all sound fairly Big Brother, however. Yunfei, general manager of BYD's branding and PR department, stated that all relevant posts and comment threads are preserved as legal evidence. He said, "We welcome media criticism and public oversight, but we will not tolerate defamatory content or false accusations. Legal action will continue." Scary stuff, isn't it? Especially if you criticise dipshit car makers and or their third-rate product deficiencies for a living. What if someone like you rats me out? I could be skating on thin ice here, Jesus. In my long and somewhat distinguished experience of pissing car companies off, and I am widely regarded as something of an industry doyen at that, statements of this nature, "we welcome criticism," are overwhelmingly, breathtakingly abject horseshit. Car companies fucking hate criticism, especially if that criticism is accurate, and especially if they quietly agree internally with the criticisms which upstarts such as me might oxygenate publicly. Baseless criticism, though, that's pretty easy to deal with. You just call the critic an idiot. The other kind, not so much. Even more hilariously, the demon beraters have an in-house news and anti-fraud office, which is prepared to pay you to rat out anyone besmirching the reputation of those thin-skinned cocks with alleged online criticism, falsehood, dis or misinformation, etc. Rewards of between $7,000 and $700,000 US are offered, according to Car News China. Now that's roughly between 10,000 and 1 million shitsvillian micro pesos. Like, dude, think of the shitty job that you're doing right now, copping it at both ends, unlubricated from the man. And compare this to the life of frickin' Riley that one might lead if one can uncover just a single top-tier driveway burning smear campaign every couple of years. Imagine that. Unfortunately, though, in Australia, of course, companies with more than 10 employees can't actually sue for defamation, which is a 36-grit enema for them right there, I suppose. They could try the tort of, what do they call it? Injurious falsehood. But that's pretty hard to win, frankly. So our proud nation of bread-stealing derivatives could become something of a safe haven for trolls of exactly this nature. Imagine that. I'm looking forward to that development. BYD is, of course, a ginormous company that made $5.6 billion in profit back in 2024, and yet they seem to be acting like a sleep-deprived 2-year-old child who really doesn't like what someone just said about them in the frickin' sandpit. They embrace criticism, all right, except when it's about them. For example, a WeChat video account, you could think of that like Chinese YouTube, essentially, owned by some dude called Auto BBB, was ordered to pay 100,000 yuan, which is about 20k in our money, in damages to BYD, as well as issue a public apology after posting content deemed to be insulting to BYD and its executives. Another user, Grape Unpronounceable, received administrative detention for posting false claims regarding vehicle explosions. A quote from Car News China there, administrative detention in China, like Jesus. What was second prize? In the domain of euphemisms, that's right up there with Dick Cheney's immortal enhanced interrogation. Imagine a weekend in Vanuatu, in the tub, at the clothing-optional bungalow right over the ocean with the cheerleaders' mommies. You can smell it from here. I know I can. Well, I'd suggest that administrative detention in China would probably be the exact opposite of that experience. And all because, oh dear, someone hurt BYD's feelings online. He insulted me, kind of thing. He hurt my feelings. What a pity we don't actually do beheadings anymore or frickin' stonings. Imagine how much kinder and more honest society would be, if only. BYD is a giant corporation employing almost 1 million people. How exactly does such an entity even get insulted? What is BYD's actual emotional bandwidth? Lay it out for me, dude. I'm not seeing it. Who determines this anyway? How would we even know if BYD were happy or sad or cranky on a particular morning? Please. Ascribing human emotions to corporations, especially giant fuck-off ones. This is surely beyond just absurd, is it not? It's like insulting the Earth. Happily, the planet Earth's fuck tank is on E if you go online and unkindly allege that it is flat. Knock yourself out, dude. But try doing that with ex-wife number 2. You'll be locking the frickin' knives in a safe and swallowing the key. Ask me how I know. So hypersensitive on that one issue. I tried to work around it to the best of my ability, of course, but passing the keys became intolerable. There's just not enough Metamucil in all of Coles. As for their executives being insulted, even if they fell down suddenly in abject catatonic shock, I'm sure they'll ultimately be okay in time because they landed on their fucking wallets, obviously. To those emotionally damaged BYD executives, I would say, suck it up, you frickin' snowflakes, sticks and stones. Because you're here to build cars, aren't you? Not to establish emotional boundaries, surely. $20,000 in damages. It's less than a flea on the hairy ass of a rounding error on the BYD balance sheet. It's probably less than they forked over for the rat-related troll intel in the first place. So this is really not about, quote, welcoming criticism or even getting fair compensation for false allegations. This is about muzzling criticism completely using fear from a corporation that appears to make Kim Jong-friggin-un look fair and reasonable. Certainly a brave, new, renewable world, is it not? Imagine being rich enough and powerful enough and emotionally shallow enough to set up a whole department within your business that exists solely to distribute retribution whenever you get hurt feelings. This is almost as shallow as Elon Musk buying Twitter because the penny finally dropped that no amount of wealth can purchase actual friends. Imagine having an entry in your P&L for snitches, the ratting out reward budget. Imagine having a manager in place who decides what the fair value of intel from some random rat online actually is. I'll put a link to the full uplifting report on Car News China in the description. It's certainly George Orwell approved. And please don't say anything unkind about those thin-skinned cocks at BYD down there in the comments. Otherwise, I might have to rat you out for a fat stack of 1. She, Shundi.